two women are shown inside a shop. One is working in the shop and hands a bag with flowers to the other woman, a customer. Figure 8. One businesses small and large can make use of a content management system, which tracks customer data and provides useful metrics to business owners. Credit modification of Happy Florist giving a bouquet of flowers to Lady by Amina Filkins/Pexels, CC0. Chapter outline. 8.1 What are content management systems? 8.2 Common content management systems. 8.3 Creating content with a content management system. 8.4 Search engine optimization. 8.5 Social media and business. Although you may not be directly involved with content management in your career, it is important to have a broad knowledge of the concept and all it entails. You are likely to encounter or work on a team with someone who is responsible for content management within your company. The information in this chapter will give you the language and basics of how managing online information works in an organization. At this point, you have learned about many software applications that span across departments and functions. You have mastered how to create documents and set up an effective presentation. You have created digital content. And this content, when created within the bounds of your job and the company, becomes something that needs to be managed, organized, and shared internally through content management systems, or externally for an online community or customers. Like many large corporations, WorldCorp encourages its employees to volunteer in the community and allows employees to take time during working hours to assist nonprofit organizations. Each year, WorldCorp's upper management selects a theme for these volunteer efforts. This year's theme is focused on abandoned pets. In Raleigh, North Carolina, the location of one of WorldCorp's corporate offices, there is a new pet adoption nonprofit organization, Happy Tails WC. WorldCorp's marketing department has agreed to develop a website and social media presence for the pet adoption agency. This will involve managing content across several different platforms and tracking the success of various posts or other marketing efforts. Happy Tails needs this assistance to launch its business and to attract the resources it needs, including donations, grants, and potential pet owners. Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to describe what a content management system is and what it is used for. Explain the ways businesses benefit from using content management systems. Distinguish between different types of content. Evaluate common features of content management systems. A. Stone with hieroglyphics. B. Zeros, ones in various combinations in black over smaller images of zeros and ones in gray font. A hand holds a magnifying glass over the numbers. Figure 8. 2. A. Unlike the English alphabet, hieroglyphics used shapes or characters to represent the information to be conveyed. B. In today's world, the basis for all information created and shared with computer technology is binary code, only using zeros and ones. Credit a modification of hieroglyphs by iPhone/Flickr CC by 20. Credit B. Modification of magnifying glass and binary code by Marco Verch Professional Photographer/Flickr CC by 20. The ancient Egyptians used hieroglyphic writing, a unique form of sharing content, for administrative, business, literary, religious, and scientific purposes. Hieroglyphic writing was typically shape and picture-oriented. We see similarities with content created today for social media and other platforms using shapes and other visual elements to convey a message. In today's industrialized cultures, humans share content through various platforms, including websites and social media across other various devices. Content refers to information in visual or audio form, text, art, numbers, or images that is intended for an end user. The material presented can be viewed as data, information, or knowledge. Data, usually presented in numeric form, is content that can be analyzed, such as facts and figures. For example, a company can use data on the number of customers visiting its website to determine the return on investment (ROI) of its marketing efforts. The term data is also used to refer to the characters or symbols used by a system and transmitted into different media. Information, in the form of text, audio, video, or images, consists of data that is put into context, statements or facts that help users arrive at an answer to a specific question or problem. For example, the managers at Happy Tails WC can use data gathered from the new website, such as the number of views and the location where those viewers come from, to better understand the market for their nonprofit. The data has been put into the context and used to answer a specific question. Happy Tales WC can then use this data to tailor messages to specific locations or to plan events for specific populations who visit the website often. Knowledge refers to familiarity with or understanding of skills, facts, or objects, which an individual develops by analyzing or interacting with them, for example, company performance measures. For the pet adoption agency, these concepts are as relevant as they would be for any business. The agency board would need to gather data on the cost factors related to the adoption of each pet and the associated veterinarian bills. They might also want to keep track of the number of adoption applications by a pet, e.g., dog versus cat, or breed that comes into the agency. Relevant information would include pictures of the adoptable pets, text about the history of the adoption agency, or videos showing the adopted pets in their new homes. Finally, using the data and information, the agency's board members could determine how to strategically grow the agency to accommodate more pets or volunteers. They could also use the facts gathered to seek out specific donations or grant opportunities to help the budget each month. What is content management? To understand content and its management, revisit WorldCorp's volunteer work with Happy Tales. Since the adoption agency is newly formed, it needs help developing its brand or organizational identity, as well as an online presence to publicize both the company and the pets available for adoption. This will require the development, distribution, and updating of a variety of multimedia content, including new branding images, color schemes, logos, and slogans. There will be some design work involved, and we will cover some principles of design a bit later in the chapter. But for now, your teams will need to think broadly about all the aspects of creating and managing content for this small startup organization. You have begun by asking the leaders at Happy Tales WC to answer some questions so you and your team can start building the brand for the organization. Their answers will guide the development of the content for the website and other aspects of the organization, both in print and online. Figure 8.3 shows a few questions to consider when creating content and developing a brand image. Cat image connected to boxes that read, "What does the nonprofit do? What emotions do you want to convey? Who is your audience? What is the budget? What online features are key?" Figure 8.3 When creating a brand for a product or organization, it is important to think broadly about the message you want to convey, whether delivered online or through print materials. The content management process will vary depending on the size of the organization, particularly in the realm of content creation. In large corporations, there are often entire departments, such as information technology, IT, and marketing, working together on these efforts. Furthermore, within these departments, there will be experts on website development, social media marketing, and other similar functions, who will have primary responsibility for a small portion of content management. It would be rare to find a single person handling all content management for the business. Rather, this would be a dedicated team effort. Teams need to work cooperatively with nearly all business functions, including sales, accounting, and purchasing, to develop the appropriate content and strategies used to maintain that content to meet their diverse needs. In some cases, a large corporation might choose to outsource content management to a vendor that specializes in this service. Managing content can take time and expertise. A large company may decide that the time and effort involved in content management might be better spent on the products or services they provide, rather than on building a website and posting to social media sites. You can also expect that large corporations will have content specific to their internal audience, perhaps a company website for employees only, as well as content for external audiences. You might have some experience with this idea at your school. On the school website, you might see a link or an area specially for students. This might include links for your class schedule or where to order books. You probably also need a password to access that area. The general website then contains information for an external audience, prospective students or community members who want to find out more about the college. These two different audience types require different types of content, and as such, different ways of managing that data and information. A content management system, CMS, is an application that uses a set of processes to manage web content, social media content, and other information online, which allows multiple contributors to collect, create, edit, and publish content. These processes go beyond simply creating and maintaining a website. A CMS could also include managing multiple social media platforms as well as internal company sites where information is stored. In a CMS, the content is stored in a database and displayed when accessed. Information stored in a CMS is usually referred to as digital content. A company can update, delete, or add information as needed. The best content management systems offer capabilities that include site design, content authoring, editing, and personalization. The personalization might include items specific to the industry or company, such as online sales capabilities or an event calendar that could be useful for Happy Tales WC employees as they plan fundraising or pet adoption events. The CMS is integral to delivering rich digital experiences across all digital channels and enables organizations to manage multiple websites, support more than one language, and deliver a consistent customer experience. These experiences could be through social media platforms such as X, formerly well known as Twitter, or TikTok, or even through emails that prompt the customer to click on a link to find out more information. Real-world application. Using a CMS at the World Wildlife Fund. The World Wildlife Fund, WWF, utilized a CMS to successfully launch its Earth Hour campaign in 2020, demonstrating the advantages of employing a robust content management system. By leveraging a CMS, WWF effectively managed the challenges associated with handling high-volume traffic to its website, ensuring that visitors encountered no impediments in terms of speed, security, or reliability. This seamless user experience was vital for maintaining user engagement and maximizing campaign impact. By utilizing a CMS, the WWF was able to gain valuable insights into user behavior, preferences, and interactions with its website. This understanding of the customer journey allowed it to make informed decisions to optimize its online presence and tailor its content to better resonate with its target audience with the goal of enhancing engagement, fostering brand loyalty, and driving desired actions from their audience. An improved customer experience yields a multitude of benefits for businesses. First, it enhances customer satisfaction. Satisfied customers are more likely to continue engaging with a brand, make repeat purchases, and recommend the brand to others. A positive customer experience can significantly impact customer retention rates, reducing customer churn and associated costs. Furthermore, a better understanding of the customer experience enables businesses to identify pain points, optimize customer journeys, and streamline its processes. This can result in improved operational efficiency, reduced customer support costs, and increased conversion rates. By utilizing a CMS to gather and analyze customer data, businesses can identify patterns, trends, and preferences, enabling them to make data-driven decisions, refine their marketing strategies, and deliver personalized experiences. To illustrate the power of a CMS-driven campaign, consider the example of WWF's Earth Hour campaign. Its campaign goals included raising awareness about environmental conservation and mobilizing a global movement for a sustainable future. By leveraging a CMS, WWF efficiently created, managed, and analyzed content related to the campaign, ranging from engaging articles, visually captivating images, and impactful videos. The CMS enabled the company to disseminate consistent messaging across various digital channels, effectively reach its target audience, and foster meaningful engagement. A CMS empowers organizations to seamlessly launch campaigns, gather crucial customer data, and derive actionable insights. Understanding the customer experience is pivotal for businesses as it drives customer satisfaction, loyalty, and advocacy. By utilizing a CMS, organizations can create personalized experiences, optimize customer journeys, and meet specific campaign goals, ultimately propelling their business success. There are 7 stages of the content management lifecycle. 1. Organization. 2. Creation. 3. Storage. 4. Workflow. 5. Editing versioning. 6. Publishing. And 7. Removal archiving. See Figure 8. 4. In the organization stage, the company's goals, processes, and requirements are examined to establish measurable indicators for meeting the company's objectives. The creation stage allows the authoring of original content using editing tools, web forms, and other media tools. At this stage, a company might be concerned with design such as color choices and graphics. At the storage stage, decisions are made about how content will be formatted and stored to facilitate access, delivery, and security based on company use. In the workflow stage, rules are designed to streamline processes, ensuring consistency and adherence to company policies. Editing versioning involves accountability and tracking of multiple versions of content, such as updates, edits, retrieval, and deletion of files. The publishing stage releases content to users so it is available to view on the front end, customers, and back end, employees. Finally, in the removal archiving stage, content that is obsolete or infrequently accessed is either deleted or relocated to an archive. You will probably go back to the editing and removal stages frequently as new content is added or as the business grows. 7 boxes are connected together with thick arrows. Each box lists a different statement in number order. 1. Organization. 2. Creation. 3. Storage. 4. Workflow. 5. Editing versioning. 6. Publishing. And 7. Removal archiving. Figure 8. For the content management lifecycle could include several stages of editing and versioning as the organization sees how users interact with the published content. A CMS helps an organization work through most stages of the content management lifecycle, starting with creation. Its tools allow a company to design their brand and maintain the content on the internet. Now let's look at how the content management lifecycle applies to Happy Tales. After gathering answers to the questions you posed to Happy Tales leadership, you have a clearer picture of the image they want to convey and how they want to use their online presence. These answers give you the information you need for the organization stage. For example, you now understand that Happy Tales wants to use their online presence not only for marketing their available pets, but also for fundraising efforts and special events. You also know that they want to highlight not only pets available for adoption, but also success stories from previous placements of pets with families. Happy Tales has indicated they want their brand to be fresh and engaging, and to communicate the benefits of pet ownership. Next, the creation stage will solidify the brand, logo, and color choices for Happy Tales WC. This stage will take a bit of time as you expect that organizational leadership will want to get feedback from others on the choices. The next 2 stages, storage and workflow, will involve more in-depth discussions with Happy Tales WC. They will need to decide who will maintain and update the content, who will be responsible for responding to messages from potential adopting families, and how the content will be kept secure and up to date. Additional tasks related to keeping the content current will occur in the editing versioning stage. Here, Happy Tales WC might consider developing a calendar of content and sites, social media posts, to use for scheduling updates and posts. There will be more about this later in the chapter. Finally, once the content is ready to be published and made available on the internet, there will need to be a plan in place to archive material as needed, including old posts, past events, and other related material, to ensure that content remains current. Benefits of using a content management system. There are several advantages to using a CMS in any organization. One advantage is the ability to update the public frequently on organizational news. For example, Happy Tales WC might want to be able to keep blog posts as new pets become available for adoption and to have the blog posts match the social media post for each pet. Figure 8. 5 shows an example of a site that uses blogs. You will often see Latin text on template websites. It's to show that you can put whatever text you want there. You will see that what may seem like a simple task actually involves many steps that need to be documented and managed. This is where a CMS comes in. A pet shelter site displays images of cats and dogs on the screen with text, "Adopt us, we need your help." A large white clickable button with Find a Pet to Adopt follows. Figure 8. 5. A content management system can help you keep your online presence current and engaging. Credit: Animal Shelter by Colorlib/Colorlib CC by 3. 0. Consider that for each update to the website that is needed, the marketing team needs to reach out to members of the adoption agency who manage the list of adoptable pets. You might start by sending an email to the agency director, Tracy, who updates the document you need and then sends it back for you to update the website with the new information. One day, you discover that Tracy is on leave for a week. This delays the process, as you need to find someone else in the organization who can assist you. You locate Dominic, but he is a volunteer who works another full-time job and may not be available to return your call for a few days. By the time your inquiry is first seen, several days may have passed and you've missed the best window of opportunity. In this scenario, a CMS can help overcome the challenges posed by the back-and-forth transmittal of materials, communication lapses, and scheduling. A CMS can centralize content and information sharing so that documents, images, and other assets are accessible to all users at all times. Content can be edited, organized, stored, and shared through the CMS. This will enable users from across different departments and even different time zones to access the material they need to manage. There are several benefits to using a CMS to operate your company website and to manage other digital content. Collaboration. First, a CMS promotes team collaboration by allowing multiple users' authors to access content from almost any location. This increases productivity and helps streamline processes by distributing responsibility for different tasks. For example, imagine you are working to update content and databases that are associated with the company's email communications. The author of a specific piece of content can give you access to edit, upload, and delete that content, saving you time and allowing you to focus your efforts on quality control. Quality control. This leads to another benefit of using a CMS, quality control. The workflow for the new campaign requires different departments to update specific content. For example, the marketing and sales team may be given permission to update the branding and pricing on the site, but not to update any other information. As a volunteer for the pet adoption agency, you may have the ability to update information on adoptable pets but not to change the overall structure of the website. By controlling who is able to access what, a CMS allows content updates to be reviewed by an approver before they go live on the site. Using a CMS also helps to maintain consistency in message and appearance. By using the system to set design standards such as color choices, preferred logos, and pictures, you can ensure that the brand is kept intact and that messages are being constructed in a consistent manner across platforms. User-friendly interface. Another benefit of a CMS is its user-friendly interface, which often does not require knowledge of programming languages to change website content. Design changes are also simplified, involving less effort than traditional methods of designing and adding content to a website. Although some understanding of HTML and CSS, common programming languages for websites, can be helpful, it is not a requirement for managing and editing content in a CMS. Employees may be experts in their content area and have innovative ideas, but may lack the coding experience to translate these ideas into web content. Instead of studying a programming language, employees using a CMS can spend their time learning how to use the system to complete their daily tasks, inputting images, audio, video, text, and other multimedia with the click of a button or via a drag-and-drop feature. Website optimization. A CMS also automates certain website needs, such as optimizing keywords to help more people find your site or social media accounts. Without a CMS, this function is done manually by assigning keywords to specific pages within your website and by linking keywords and URLs. This functionality is called search engine optimization, SEO. A CMS can enable you to set up your website to get the greatest possible exposure when someone searches on a topic related to your site. For example, Happy Tales WC might use SEO to tag keywords such as pets, animal shelters, adopting a dog, and other related phrases so the website appears near the top of the list in an internet search. Doing this manually could take anywhere from a few minutes to several hours, depending on the number of pages managed. Also, entering each URL individually creates a risk of introducing human error. Using a CMS eliminates the need for you to manually enter a URL for each page on the website. You will learn more about SEO in search engine optimization. As you can see, a CMS adds value by providing tools for team collaboration, quality control, user-friendly interfaces, and automation of certain functions. Other benefits include content organization, use of templates and themes, and multilingual and multi-site support. Types of content. Various types of content can be managed through a CMS, including web, mobile, enterprise, and social media, as Figure 8. 6 displays. Each plays a different role in creating the overall image of an organization and managing the content that is available online. Content types chart connects to boxes with icons and text for web content, computer, mobile content, cell phone, social media, heads in bubbles connected, and enterprise content, 3 people with speech bubbles. Figure 8. 6 content management systems can be used to manage web content, information on social media sites, and information intended for internal audiences. Content on a website is managed with a Web Content Management System, WCMS. These systems offer website authoring, collaboration, and administration tools. An advantage of using a WCMS is that employees do not have to understand web programming languages in order to use these systems. Instead, they can manage content within the website, using features that give them the ability to design, organize, and update information. Managers can also control content by viewing and approving material before publishing. As described earlier, employees can be trained to use the features of the platform rather than needing to spend time learning the mechanics of a new programming language. A CMS can also be used to manage the content contained in social media sites. These sites were developed primarily for connecting with others to create a virtual network of friends and connections. These social media platforms have evolved since their inception and are now a source of marketing and connecting with customers for businesses. Social media content management is the process of creating, scheduling, publishing, and analyzing content for all your media platforms. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, X, Twitter, and TikTok have specific audiences and features that require customization when developing original content. Content is tailored to the target audience, and strategies are developed to distribute and manage social media profiles. These strategies include monitoring engagement, collaborating with influencers, building a community, and analyzing reports to ensure you are receiving an adequate ROI. You will learn more about social media engagement in Social Media in Business. Sometimes it is necessary to make adjustments to websites and content so that it will display on mobile devices properly. Again, a CMS can help make a company's online presence compatible across a wide variety of devices. A mobile content management system, MCMS, hosts a data store in a centralized location and allows content to be managed across multiple platforms. The MCMS may be a mobile app that needs to be managed for different devices, iPhone, iPad, and platforms, iOS, Android, from a single tool. Another type of MCMS consists of a responsive mobile website design that can manage content by displaying information effectively regardless of the size of the screen. It is generally necessary to maintain digital content for internal company use. This content could include employee-specific information, such as payroll and benefits information, documents that are meant only for certain departments within the organization, or pertinent strategic goals that are not publicly available. This is known as enterprise content management, often referred to as document management. It facilitates the life cycle of content within an organization, using strategies and tools designed to increase productivity and provide the information employees need to complete their job duties. The enterprise content management system is company-wide, not just for one department. The system allows processes to be implemented by presenting a timeline for the organization's content, including Microsoft Word documents, Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, PDF files, and scanned images, to be created, approved, and distributed. For your role in developing the digital content for Happy Tales WC, various types of content must be created and managed by different individuals in the organization, including both paid staff and volunteers. Using a CMS allows for easy development, upload, analysis, and management without the need to receive information via email from another department. At first, you will be doing the majority of the work on uploading content. But the plan is to train Happy Tales WC employees to take over that role as they become more familiar with working in a CMS environment. Once Happy Tales WC has been trained to use the CMS, they can assign different levels of access and allow various types of content to be distributed. The next challenge is to assign specific types of content to different individuals to optimize the workflow. This could mean that the fundraising director has control over fundraising event information and the donations section of the website, whereas the adoption coordinator or Tracy, the director, maintains the current list of adoptable pets. Also, if an issue or problem needs to be addressed, more than one person can have access to view information and retrieve documents to help reach a resolution in case the primary responsible person is not available. Primary features of content management systems. Here, we will identify the primary features of CMS and their uses. These features and uses correspond to different parts of the content management lifecycle discussed earlier in the chapter. See Figure 8. 4. A major benefit of many content management systems is that they contain different features that allow their users to control every part of the content management lifecycle. Content creation and editing. The first two stages of the content management lifecycle are centered on organizing and creating content. However, that content will likely need to be edited regularly to keep the information fresh and current. Creating and editing content is a critical function of any CMS. Many content management systems include the use of page templates, which are predesigned and performatted documents that maximize productivity by offering defined layouts customized for common uses, such as social media, website banners, blogs, letters, and presentations. We have discussed templates in Word and PowerPoint in previous chapters. Templates determine the specific size, structure, or layout that will best meet the needs of the document. The designs and types of documents can be categorized into themes, and an employee can select a theme for a campaign that aligns with the mood or use or customer base. Using page templates also helps maintain quality control. A content editor allows users to easily review the style and format of the content in a document, which provides optimal design and readability. This editor may also offer drag-and-drop editing, which is a user-friendly function that assists non-programmers in designing, editing, and arranging content. This is especially important for Happy Trails WC since you will be training employees to eventually edit, maintain, and update content for the organization themselves. A feature that allows anyone in the company to add content to a thread of posts is called blogging capability. Users can upload images, tag keywords, and use an editor to style and format their posts. Additional features include password protection for posts, which is ideal for memberships or communities that want to offer exclusivity. This is where you hope to feature Happy Tales WC adoption success stories. The plan is to have a regular spotlight through the blog to share the story. Another critical functionality of any CMS is its storage system. Managing assets like digital images must be maintained to use those assets in any product. A library of images like the one in Figure 8.7 or documents can be managed in a CMS, giving you the option of adding an image within your content. Images are stored within a central image library, and the multiple file upload feature allows users to add different files to a site at once. The library feature helps with archiving as well. A Happy Tales search displays albums for Happy Tales. Images and icons of dogs, cats, and paws and bones wallpaper fill the screen. Figure 8. 7 image libraries will often have the option of viewing photos as thumbnails. This makes it easy for the user to select the ones that they want. Publishing. Workflow and publishing are two key stages in the content management lifecycle as previously covered. Once your content is ready to be public, you want to publish the information online. Using content syndication enables a third party to reuse original content and host it on another website where it can reach a larger audience. Also, through the calendaring features, users can plan content by scheduling future dates and times to release information. This puts structure to the workflow of content creation. This is especially important for organizations such as Happy Tales WC, where those managing the content have multiple job responsibilities. As an example, content management is just a small part of what Tracy does for Happy Tales WC. Happy Tales WC can use the calendaring function to schedule reminder posts of upcoming events so that they can focus on the actual tasks in planning the event. In larger organizations such as World Corp, which maintains multiple websites and social media sites, the calendaring function can make uploading current content more efficient as content can be scheduled weeks in advance and synced across platforms. Finally, e-commerce features are critical in today's market. Built-in CMS software will enable users to create product description pages, design the layout of the website, including payment information, track shipping, and offer email sales funnels and promotions. This feature offers the ability to provide access to content from several devices, including mobile devices. Happy Tales WC hopes in the future to be able to sell branded products such as dog and owner matching clothing with the Happy Tales WC logo. They also plan to accept online monetary donations through the site, so this will need to be included during the organization and creation stage of the process. Because Happy Tales WC is a new organization, they are still trying to establish a presence and get their name out to the community. Through analyzing information from their online presence, Happy Tales WC can get an idea of how their marketing efforts are working. A CMS typically provides web analytics insights or data that can be evaluated against company objectives. For example, you can gain a visual display of how many users visited a post, commented, and shared content. This data can be used to make changes to content, inform decisions about particular initiatives, and help create new content. For example, if you notice that a fundraising event scheduled for Happy Tales WC is not getting many visits, you can discuss with Tracy new strategies on ways to market the event. Or if the analytics show that most people who visit the Happy Tales WC website go first to the Success Stories blog, perhaps you make that page more central to your message and overall image. Security and management features. Larger organizations often have an administrator who oversees multiple site licenses, including local and maybe even international sites. In this case, they might need to have one global administrator to manage all sites as well as an individual administrator for each site. You can set permissions for global administrators to manage all of the sites and also set individual permissions for those administrators managing specific sites. This feature could also be important for Happy Tales WC. To maintain a consistent and clear message, the organization wants to limit access to key personnel in the organization. Tracy, as the director, could be identified as the global administrator, and the fundraising coordinator might also be an administrator, but with more limited permissions. This structure can evolve as the organization grows and as personnel changes occur. As the users at Happy Tales WC become more familiar with the site and with content management in general, they will need to discuss the permissions and who should have certain permissions. This is part of the workflow stage of the content management lifecycle, but it should be revisited regularly to make sure things are working and the permissions are set appropriately. Using a content management system makes establishing and changing permissions easy. Many content management systems have access controls that allow user groups to be restricted or limited to viewing specific pages within the website. Users who are not registered can be denied access to a page until they can provide the required username and password to access that content. Logging in typically gives users access to features of the website that are unavailable to unregistered users. Content versioning allows you to keep documentation of any changes made in the organization of content. You can view, restore, or compare any content in the system, including pages, database entries, media files, shares, older and newer versions of content, and deleted and restored files. This is a key part of the removal and archiving stage. You will be able to compare versions of items by viewing a modification log that identifies all content changes. A history of how the content has been managed will provide insight on when changes were made, and usually will include keywords such as edit, publish, and delete. Goals of CMS to the enterprise. Content management systems simplify the process of creating, organizing, and publishing content, empowering website owners or content creators to manage their digital presence effectively. Through a CMS, content can be managed from start to finish to improve the quality of the output, as well as to avoid duplicating efforts. Digital storage, data collection, and data distribution need to work together in a CMS to promote system functionality. When the system is functioning well, it helps maintain the image of the brand. For Happy Tales WC, developing a strong brand online is vital as it is a new organization. It wants to make sure that the mission, logo, location, and other related items are consistently and effectively communicated online through a variety of platforms. A CMS is intentionally designed as a one-stop shop for all content. For many organizations, the investment in the program from both a financial and learning standpoint is well worth the benefits in the long run. Information storage and retrieval involves collecting and cataloging data to be accessed on demand, making use of keywords to search for specific documents. Data collection gathers important information via forms or surveys. A CMS can provide data fields in which users can enter their information, building a profile for future use. Finally, using a CMS for data distribution, including news, updates, policy, and documentation, enables company employees to avoid going through marketing and communication teams to approve content for publishing. Instead, subject matter experts, SMEs, can deliver content directly within the website and reach their target audience, whether the data is original content or is extracted from external sources. Establishing processes to manage data distribution can lead to fewer errors when data is disseminated in several places within the website. Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to define Web 2.0. Distinguish between CMS types. Content management systems, CMS, consist of software that assists in building a website for personal or professional use. In the past, building a website would require individuals to be skilled in using languages such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. A CMS offers templates and extensions in a user-friendly WYSIWYG, what you see is what you get, interface, which is a system that allows content to be edited in a form that resembles its appearance when printed or displayed as a finished product. E.g., a printed document, a web page. This means that you do not need to be skilled in using computer languages to build an attractive website. The evolution of web technologies makes it easy to share information on your website and allow others to be a part of the experience. We no longer simply read information and move on. Rather, we become involved with what we view by reflecting, sharing, and having the ability to offer our own perspectives. The techniques and tools available today make it possible for users not only to be viewers, but also to add their value as contributors. What is Web 2.0? The Internet has changed over time with advances in technology. The first version of the Internet, Web 1.0, included little interactive capability beyond searching and was used more as a hub of information. Most websites were fairly static, with few graphics, see Figure 8. Web 1.0 only allowed users to read the information that was distributed by publishers and webmasters. An image of a page from the website for the Library of Congress lists clickable options for searching the site, as well as images with links to services and library activities. Figure 8. 8 websites in the Web 1.0 era, such as this one for the Library of Congress, were text-based, with very few visual or interactive components. We are now in the era of enhanced usage and development of online content on the web, known as Web 2.0, as you can see in Figure 8. 9. Web 2.0 enables users to also be designers, with the capability to read and write on the Internet. A Library of Congress web page is visible. Options include a search bar, Black History Month articles, trending options, magazines, and blogs. Figure 8. 9. Web 2.0 is a more integrated approach to content on the Internet, allowing for more interaction between the content and its users. Not only do you see that Joni Mitchell won the 2023 Gershwin Prize, you can hear the song as well by clicking the arrow. For example, under Web 1.0, a website developed for WorldCorp would have been created and published for the public to view. Visitors would have been able to click on the different pages, watch videos, read articles and blog posts, and find out about local events in their community. But this one-way stream of information would have been all that viewers could experience. With Web 2.0, viewers are transformed into an online community of contributors who also have a voice. They can not only watch videos but also comment about what resonates with them, respond to other users' comments about blog posts, and share information. The audience's personal experiences, resources, and opinions provide a valuable addition to the original content published on your website. This information can now be monitored and used to help the company drive its campaign to increase customer engagement and revenue. Link to learning. Review this video about the evolution of Web 2.0 and how it changed the internet. Transforming viewers into contributors on your website can be done by using features, extensions, and a WYSIWYG editor. For example, Photoshop is a WYSIWYG graphics program that displays images on the screen that appear the same way they will look when printed on paper. A WYSIWYG editor makes it easier for someone to act as a web developer without formal training. Web development involves building a website using plain text, web applications, and other features for the internet or intranet. Creating the client side or front end, everything that is displayed on the user's end of a web application or device, such as text and images, involves building the layout, design, and interactivity using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. See Figure 8. 10. As you can see, website code can become very detailed and lengthy. Writing code such as this takes a skilled professional. This is where CMS programs come into play. Anyone can build a website without this specialized training. A web page offers options for Welcome, Elements, and Console. Elements is selected and computer programming code in various colors is listed with small black arrows at the left. Figure 8. 10. Behind the scenes, websites are built using computer programming code. This code will exist when you and the marketing team at WorldCorp are developing the site for Happy Tales WC. Your responsibilities could include developing everything the client sees when they type the URL into the web browser, such as the design, graphics, layout, and navigation of the website. The code will be established as you build the site through the CMS. Types of content management systems. There are three main types of CMS: open source, proprietary, and enterprise. Figure 8.11. An open source CMS, such as Drupal or WordPress, is maintained by a community of developers, as opposed to a corporation or company. The source code is available to the public and can be modified to meet the needs of the individual or group using the platform. Although the system is open and free to use, there may be fees associated with additional services needed to run the system, such as hosting, support, or added features. Open source platforms are a good choice for businesses on a tight budget, including startups, nonprofits, and companies with only a few employees. A proprietary CMS, by contrast, is owned by the individual or group that created it. The source code is not available to the public, and often only those who have purchased a special license key may use it. Using a proprietary CMS may provide a quick turnaround and enable you to delegate a lot of work to a vendor. Popular proprietary CMS include Microsoft SharePoint, IBM Enterprise Content Management, Pulse CMS, Sitecore, and Shopify. For example, Happy Tales WC can use Shopify to host and manage all its content for the adoption agency. The platform offers several add-on features that can be customized to meet the needs of the company and allow them to brand their product service. However, because Shopify owns the platform and is providing a space for others to use, it will display its brand on the Happy Tales WC site, like an advertisement. Happy Tales WC would have to pay additional fees to remove Shopify's branding from its website. This type of pay-to-use structure is common among proprietary content management systems. Finally, an enterprise content management (ECM) system helps companies track and distribute large volumes of content such as documents, images, records, product information, emails, and web pages. Companies use this software for storage and collaboration regarding content creation and special projects. Employees within the organization can access and share information, with different levels of access based on privileges set by an administrator. The benefit of using an ECM for business is the platform's compatibility with different file types. It can accept various documents, images, files, and email files. It has a high level of security and can handle large amounts of content, making it perfect for high productivity. 3 images are shown in a row: open source, proprietary, and enterprise, with bullet points describing each. Figure 8.11. A large company might have both a proprietary and an enterprise CMS. Link to learning. You can visit this resource on Enterprise Content Management (ECM) by Brandfolder to learn more about ECM and its applications. By exploring this resource, you can discover how ECM solutions can enhance content management processes, improve collaboration, and optimize workflows in an enterprise setting. Why are there so many types of CMS? Different content management systems are designed to meet the needs of many different industries and business structures. Figure 8:12 shows the pros and cons of CMS. Open source CMS software is easy to use because you can download it at no initial cost, and there are no license or upgrade fees and no contracts. However, you may have to pay for technical support, customizations, compatible templates, add-ons, and other functionality. Additional fees may arise if you need to train staff members or update software. The benefit of using open source CMS is its ease of installation, low cost, and easy access. Using an open source product makes the most sense for Happy Tails WC since it is a new organization and currently has limited resources to purchase a more sophisticated system. Also, some of the advanced features that might be included in a proprietary or enterprise system are not really needed, since Happy Tails WC has a small staff and a limited geographical area. Proprietary or commercial CMS software is built and managed by a single company and offers more customization features or options. Using this type of CMS generally involves purchasing license fees for the software, monthly or annual fees for updates, technical support, customization, and training. Integrating a proprietary CMS with an existing website may require extensive development work. Some companies will benefit from working with an enterprise CMS. They will pay more in costs and upgrade fees, and they will not be able to take advantage of free trials or free versions. But the CMS functionality will be customized to meet their specific needs, offering features that may be critical to achieving their objectives. Therefore, companies often use an enterprise CMS to manage electronic content through the life cycle of a document, including creation, distribution, utilization, retention, and disposal. This system benefits corporations by tracking information, reducing operating costs, saving time, improving customer service, and minimizing risks. Open source CMS and proprietary CMS boxes lists pros and cons of each. Figure 8:12 benefits associated with a proprietary CMS include enhanced support and other features that you may not find in an open source CMS. Spotlight on ethics, storing private information. When managing a content management system, CMS, it is crucial to consider various factors regarding the storage of private information and protecting the privacy of individuals. Let's explore these considerations. Storage of information. One key aspect to address is how the information will be stored within the CMS. It is essential to implement secure storage protocols, such as encryption and secure servers, to safeguard sensitive data from unauthorized access. By employing robust storage measures, the risk of data breaches can be mitigated. Access control. Determining who will have access to the stored information is of utmost importance. Implementing strict access control mechanisms ensures that only authorized individuals can access the private data. By defining user roles and permissions within the CMS, organizations can limit access to sensitive information and maintain accountability. Information protection policies. Establishing comprehensive policies is vital to prevent the exposure of private information. These policies should outline guidelines for data protection, including password requirements, regular system audits, and employee training on data privacy and security. By having clear policies in place, organizations can create a culture of privacy awareness and mitigate the risk of data breaches. By addressing these considerations, organizations can effectively manage a CMS while prioritizing ethical practices and protecting the privacy of individuals. Implementing secure storage methods, defining access controls, and establishing robust information protection policies are essential steps to prevent data exposure and uphold ethical standards in data management. Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to create and edit content with a WordPress account. Evaluate WordPress as a tool for businesses. Developing and maintaining content can be tedious and can become overwhelming over time. The more information that is created, curated, shared, or collected, the better equipped you must be to manage all the data. This is where a CMS can make content managers' roles easier. As you read more about tools like WordPress and how to use different features to appeal to your audience and meet company objectives, you will start to understand why this CMS is very popular. WordPress is an open-source CMS. It can be a platform for small businesses, startups, nonprofits, and bloggers. It is critical to begin by identifying your objectives for using WordPress so that you can stay focused and select the WordPress functions that will enhance your business. We will cover WordPress in this text, but it is just one example of an open-source CMS for smaller organizations. WordPress is a larger player in the CMS market, garnering almost 40% of the market for website development. It is easy to use and can support integration with Google. What is WordPress? WordPress is an open-source CMS that allows hosting and building for websites. Whether you are looking to build a business, blog, portfolio, or online store, it is a website platform for getting started. Without any knowledge of coding, you can use its features and functions, such as plugins and templates, to customize any website. For example, you can download WordPress e-commerce plugins to build an online store on your website. With WordPress, you can create many different types of websites, such as websites for business, portfolios, forums, blogs, events, and more. Once you are set up with a WordPress account, you can manage your website from any location. Getting started with WordPress. There are some basics about terminology that are important to know before setting up your website. First, the domain name is your website address. It is what people will use to get to your website. Generally, the domain name is similar to or the same as your business or organization's name. However, each website has a unique domain name. It is possible your business name is already in use by another organization. So you might have to make modifications to the domain name to secure that domain for your organization's use. To have the information on your site available on the internet, it needs to be hosted by a hosting service. Hosting service providers store your website files and allow you to publish the website for public viewing on the internet. Your website has to have both a domain name, website address, and a hosting service. WordPress is convenient because it guides you through the process of both securing a domain name and hosting your website. To get started with WordPress, go to get.wp.com and choose Get Started, see Figure 813. You will create an account using a valid email address. Next, select a username and password. Once you sign up, you will be asked to verify the account with the email address used, so you must have immediate access to the email you are connecting to the platform. The web page for https get.wp.com is visible. The page describes WordPress and a blue Get Started button is located at the bottom right. Figure 8.13. You will need to create an account on WordPress to start building a website. Now that you have created an account, let's revisit the Happy Tales WC organization. First, we need to consider an appropriate name for the domain name, website address. The next step will prompt you to enter a domain name for the site. You will most likely pay to secure your domain name for the website. This usually ranges from $10 to $20 per year depending on which type of domain you choose. WordPress does provide some completely free options for domain names, but the name will have the WordPress.com extension at the end of your website name rather than just having your organization's name. Start by typing in Happytaluk. Notice there are several suggestions when you type in the organization name. You can also create your own website name. Some options might be free for the first year, but you will pay after, i.e., choosing to go with the .com suffix. If you choose a name that uses the WordPress.com extension, it will be free, see Figure 8.14. This example shows the free version. On the next screen, choose Start with a free site at the top of the page, see Figure 8.15. A WordPress choose a domain page displays Happytaluk in the search bar. Options for site names with alternatives list beneath. Figure 8.14. Choose a website name that is a good description of your business or organization. A WordPress page displays various monthly and annual purchase plans. Figure 8.15. You can create the website entirely for free or choose from a myriad of options depending on your needs. The next two screens will prompt you to answer questions about the purpose and goals for the website. Then, you will be taken to the database of website designs. Notice that some designs are only available for premium members, i.e., you must pay a fee to use them while others are free as shown in Figure 8. 16. You also have the option to skip the design selection and create your website from scratch. Let's select Skip for now in the upper right corner to see more about what WordPress has to offer for building a site from scratch. Pick a design page on WordPress displays thumbnails of options for website pages. All tabs is selected. Figure 8. 16. If you are unsure of where to begin building your website, choosing a design can help you get started. Once your site is created, let's explore the interface. The first screen you will see will display the overview of your website. This is called the WordPress dashboard. Here, you will be prompted to start building the pieces of the website. First, you should give the website a title and tagline, which could vary somewhat from the website address. But for this example, we will simply call it Happy Tales WC. Notice there is a menu of options on the left to help you change the appearance and add elements to the site. See Figure 8.17. From this menu, you can also establish users for the website and their privileges to edit the site. Once you set the title, you will be prompted to edit the site's design. WordPress will walk you through the steps along the way to build your website. Be sure to save your settings as you make changes. WordPress will remind you to save your settings as you move through the elements to build the site. Notice also that there are many links on the dashboard to assist you in developing the layout and content. These links can be very helpful as you are working on the design of the website. WordPress options: My Home, Stats, Upgrades, Inbox, Posts, Media, Pages, Comments, Feedback, Jetpack, WooCommerce, Appearance, Plugins, Users, Tools, Settings, selected. My Home offers Update your site's design with Edit Site button. Figure 8.17. When you select Name your site, you will be prompted on the next screen to enter a title and tagline. On the next screen, you will update the design of the site, including color schemes. Before we design the layout, let's choose a theme for the site. Choose Appearance and then Theme from the menu on the left of the screen in the dashboard, as seen in Figure 8. 18. A theme provides the framework for the site that you can then customize. It is a good place to start rather than creating the layout and elements from scratch. A new screen will appear listing the current theme and then options to search and choose a new theme. Figure 8. 19. Appearance is selected and opens to options. Themes selected. Editor customize. Figure 8. 18. You can change the appearance of the site by using a built-in theme or customizing your own theme. Themes page displays a Install Theme and Edit buttons and search bar for selecting themes for site. Figure 8. 19. WordPress has many theme templates available to use on your site. For Happy Tales WC, we want to use an engaging theme. Let's choose a theme that contains a good deal of color and one that puts pictures on the home page so that we can pique the interest of individuals who are interested in adopting the available pets. Themes are categorized by style, type of business, or use. For example, one set of themes may be ideal for users who want to build a website for a personal blog, and another set for a family website. Once you select a theme, you will notice that it comes with complete branding, including fonts, color schemes, page layouts, and other features. After choosing a theme that matches the feel or mood of your business, you can change the images, color scheme, and fonts, all while keeping the same layout. Choose the theme Snaps. This theme prominently displays pictures in a nice layout, while also being able to accommodate text that would describe each pet available for adoption. See Figure 8.20. A WordPress window displays the Snaps theme with a customized site button. Selectable thumbnail images and text fill the screen. Figure 8.20. Choose Activate this design to apply the theme to the website. After you have activated the design theme, you can customize the site to fit your needs by changing colors and fonts, adding images, building the website menu, and adding information for a post. You will be working in the website screen as it will appear to users WYSIWYG. So when you make a change to colors or content, you can see immediately how the result will look to anyone visiting your site online. See Figure 8.21. You can add information and add images in this view. When finished, choose Save Changes at the top left of the screen to go back to the WordPress dashboard. It will read saved afterward. If you need to get back to the customization screen, you can access it from the Appearance menu in the dashboard. A Happy Tales. WordPress. Com site page is visible with a saved button highlighted at the top. Editing options list at the left with images of the site and selection tabs at the right. Figure 8. 21. You can customize many aspects of the theme, including colors, fonts, and background image. When you save your changes to the theme, you will go back to the WordPress dashboard. Notice you have several options in the dashboard view as Figure 8. 22 shows. You can add pages to the site, you can modify ad users and set permissions, and you can also draft posts and blogs for the website. Save your changes by clicking Update in the upper right corner. The best way to learn WordPress is to experiment with the options and settings. At this point, your website is not live, meaning it is not yet published on the internet. When you are satisfied with the design of the site and are ready for people to see it, you need to make the site available on the internet. To publish the site, simply choose Launch Your Site from the menu on the right side of the screen on the dashboard. You will be prompted to select the domain and be asked to pay for hosting. See Figure 823. A blog page displays an update button opening to tabs for post selected. Some options listed include summary, visibility, publish, URL, post format, author, move to trash, categories, tags, featured image, excerpt. Figure 8. 22. You can construct your first post using the blog feature of the site. By choosing plus button below the text in the middle of the page, you can add elements such as text or images to your website. My home page displays pane for blog with options for name your blog, preview your blog, browse themes, publish your first post, enable post sharing, launch your blog, highlighted, try the Jetpack app. Figure 8. 23. To make the website live on the internet, you will need to pay for web hosting. Take the time to work through the features of interest to you. Here, we have covered some of the basic elements you need to get started, but there are many more things you can do in WordPress. As an editor working in WordPress, you will create, edit, publish, and delete posts, as well as moderate, approve, and delete comments written by others. Editors may be given permission to change settings, add new users, or install plugins by their supervisor or administrator. These abilities can come in handy when designing and editing a website. A plugin is a software application, similar to a smartphone app, that you can add to a WordPress website to extend its functionality. For example, suppose you want to add a plugin to track engagement on your blog posts so you can see what content to curate or expand within the blog. Your plugin might consist of a contact form that you use to collect subscriber data, such as favorite color, shirt size, or hobbies. Data you can use to improve the user experience. WordPress currently has over 55,000 plugins, a figure that may seem overwhelming at first. You can easily narrow down the options using the search and filter system as well as the plugins themselves. Another important customizable feature of a WordPress website is the widget. Widgets are software applications that display information or allow users to interface with a website. They can be difficult for users to understand because they are typically something that developers deal with and require extensive coding. But in WordPress, widgets manage the content in the design of your site without using code. Unlike plugins, widgets impact the design of your website. For example, you may want to add a widget to your website that embeds your social media feed, displaying posts, an email subscription form, testimonials, and a list of social media icons. Your entire website is made up of pages, much like the pages of a book, except that the user can choose to view the web pages in any order they prefer. The pages will be consistent, giving the whole website a cohesive look. Most websites will have a home page, home, an About or About Us page that describes the organization, and a contact page, which provides a way to contact the organization. In WordPress, the pages will look very similar to a post, which is a piece of information that can be added to your website and listed in order from oldest to newest. Pages are the skeleton or core of the website and are organized as main pages and subpages of the main pages. The pages of your website set up the framework for organizing the content and how users will navigate your site. Posts, by contrast, are time-oriented and are generally meant for social media. Often, posts are made to highlight certain events or news related to the organization. Posts can be organized and made searchable to users through the use of tags. A tag is a keyword about specific details in posts that help make the content in posts searchable. There are also categories for posts. Categories are a method of organizing posts on a website so that visitors can sort them easily, similar to the way search engines locate your content. Think of a category as the broad subject of the post and a tag as something more specific in the post details. For example, Happy Tales might have a category entitled Dogs Available, whereas a tag in a post could be German Shepherd Puppy. It is a good idea to establish categories. Otherwise, WordPress will put all posts in a generic, uncategorized category. Tags are optional, but they do help users get to the content you want them to see. There is also an option for visitors to sign up for an RSS, really simple syndication, feed to have posts delivered to them via email. RSS allows posts to be shared quickly and increases the level of traffic to your website. To add categories or tags to your site, go to Posts on the WordPress dashboard, see Figure 824. From there, choose either categories or tags. Let's add the category Dogs Available, see Figure 825, and the tag German Shepherd Puppy, see Figure 826 to our Happy Tales WC site. WordPress My Home page displays options for blog setup. Name your blog, preview your blog, browse themes, publish your first post, enable post sharing, launch your blog indicated, try the Jetpack app. Figure 824. Adding categories and tags helps users find specific information on your site. Add new category pane displays Dogs Available in search bar. A toggle button is turned on for top-level category, disable to select a parent category reads below. Add buttons available, Figure 825. Categories are broad descriptors of content on the site. A tags window in WordPress displays a search bar. A red Add New Tag button is at the top right. A file for German Shepherd Puppy is listed below. Figure 826. Tags are more specific details about content. Business site considerations. About 40% of internet websites, including small businesses, are developed using the WordPress platform. WordPress offers features that can accommodate businesses of many different sizes and types, and we have included it here because it is free and easy to use. But regardless of the platform you use to develop a website, even if you hire a firm to do this for you, there are important considerations to examine. First and foremost, how will the website be used? Will the site be used for e-commerce? Is the site used primarily to share information? Is the company counting on the website to increase its market share through interactive elements to build a customer base? The site should be in line with the company image and brand, as well as reflect the company's goals. Having a discussion about how the website will be integrated into the business is a key step in the design process. This process often starts with choosing a unique domain name like Happy Tales WC that expresses what your business is or does. Link to learning. If you are considering establishing your own WordPress site, it's essential to have a reliable resource to guide you through the process, especially if you're new to the platform. For beginners, we recommend checking out this comprehensive guide by WP Beginner to learn more. This guide offers valuable insights, step-by-step instructions, and practical tips to help you navigate the world of WordPress effectively. Another factor to consider is how you will drive users to your website. This can be facilitated through SEO. Recall that SEO is the process of increasing the visibility of a website to users who are searching for products or services. The most common search engine is Google, with Bing as a very distant second. SEO works by including keywords on each web page that identify titles, descriptions, and images. Adding these keywords will help move your site closer to the top of the list when a user searches for a business similar to yours. Although many search engines use different methods of ranking, including charging for the top spots in the results lists, SEO is essential to get users to your website. We will learn more about SEO in search engine optimization, real-world application, content accessibility. Improving the accessibility of your website is crucial to providing a positive user experience for all visitors, regardless of their abilities or disabilities. By incorporating accessibility features, you can make your website more user-friendly and inclusive, ensuring that all visitors can engage with your content and have a positive user experience. Here are some features and considerations to enhance the accessibility of your website. Alternative text, alt text. Adding descriptive alt text to images allows screen readers to convey the content to visually impaired users. This ensures that they can understand the context and purpose of the images on your website. Text equivalence. Providing text equivalents for non-text content, such as videos or audio files, allows individuals with hearing impairments or those who are unable to access multimedia content to understand the information presented. Proper heading structure. Using headings H1, H2, H3, etc. to organize your content in a logical and hierarchical manner helps screen readers and users who rely on keyboard navigation to understand the structure and easily navigate through your web pages. Color contrast. Ensuring sufficient color contrast between text and background improves readability, particularly for individuals with visual impairments or color blindness. Using tools to check and adjust color contrast can help meet accessibility standards. Keyboard accessibility. Designing your website to be navigable using a keyboard alone is vital for individuals who cannot use a mouse or other pointing devices. This includes providing keyboard focus indicators, ensuring all interactive elements are accessible via keyboard, and enabling users to skip repetitive content. Captions and transcripts. Adding captions to videos and transcripts for audio content allows individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing to access the information presented. It also benefits users who may prefer reading or have difficulty understanding spoken language. Researching accessibility plugins. There are numerous accessibility plugins available that can help enhance your website's accessibility features. These plugins can provide additional functionalities such as text resizing options, screen reader compatibility, color adjustments, and more. Research and select plugins that align with your specific accessibility needs and requirements. To explore further examples and important considerations for building accessible online content, visit the Web Accessibility Initiative (WAI) website provided by W3.org. The website includes wealth of valuable information and practical examples. The security of your site is also important, so customers will feel safe entering their personal information. A site that doesn't look professional or that doesn't have trusted security icons or safe payment method options can deter customers and reduce sales. Some of the safest payment methods include credit cards with chip technology and payment applications such as Google Pay, Apple Pay, Cash App, and Zelle. Finally, you will need to use analytics that measure your website's performance. How many visitors are coming to your site, how much time they are spending on each page, how many users are contributing to your site, and so on. These metrics are found in menu on the left side of the WordPress dashboard, which we will learn more about in search engine optimization. Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to describe how search engines work, define and discuss search engine optimization, apply search engine optimization techniques. Search engines have been around since the internet was founded in 1990. Yahoo, founded by Microsoft, was the original search engine. Search engines are designed to help people find websites on the internet, but a search engine is only useful if it delivers relevant results. This is where search engine optimization (SEO) comes in. We have briefly discussed the concept in what are content management systems and creating content with a content management system. Here, we will go into more depth about SEO as it relates to developing your online presence. What are search engines? Search engines such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing are web-based tools that use an algorithm, which is a program used by a search engine to arrange pages in order from the most relevant to the least. Algorithms generate search results based on user inquiries. In effect, a search engine acts as a personal researcher to help the user locate relevant web pages or results based on the word, phrase, or sentence typed into the search bar. Unlike a browser whose sole purpose is to display a web page, a search engine is a locator tool. Search engines crawl or explore the billions of pages that are available on the internet. Using different search engines to search for the same topic or industry could yield different results because they might handle keywords differently or have different ranking algorithms. However, because Google has more than 90% of the market share, many websites tend to focus on SEO for Google, ignoring other search engines that are much less widely used. The goal of SEO is to increase traffic to a website. Higher traffic or a greater number of visitors is accomplished by listing a website near the top of the search list when a user searches for a particular website. The higher the site appears on the list, the more likely it is that visitors will click on it. More site visitors can increase your online visibility and increase the potential for more sales if you are an e-commerce site. Also, sites that have a greater number of visitors tend to have the perception of being of higher quality than those with fewer visits. Because of the sheer size of the internet and the number of websites hosted on the internet, SEO can be a cost-effective way to reach more people. Figure 8.27 is an example of the type of information you would find when measuring the reach of a website. Stats is selected and opens to Jetpack Stats. Traffic tab displays 7-day highlights for visitors, views, likes, and comments. A date at the bottom displays a chart with dates and views visitors. Figure 8.27 Most hosting services provide data to help you see how many people have visited your website. Backtib. Mac users can take advantage of the built-in tools and features available on macOS, such as the Safari Web Inspector. Safari, the default web browser on Mac, comes with a powerful development tool called the Web Inspector. It allows you to analyze and debug web pages, which can be valuable for SEO purposes. To access it, follow these steps. Open Safari and navigate to the web page you want to inspect. Go to the Safari menu in the menu bar, then click on Preferences. In the Preferences window, click on the Advanced tab. Enable the option that says Show Develop menu in menu bar. Close the Preferences window. You should now see a Develop menu in the menu bar. Click on it and choose Show Web Inspector. Once the Web Inspector is open, you can use its various panels to analyze the structure of the web page, inspect HTML elements, view and modify CSS styles, monitor network requests, and more. This can be helpful for identifying SEO-related issues, such as missing meta tags, slow loading resources, or improperly structured content. How does Google work? Google is a search engine that uses web crawler software to constantly roam the internet. Web crawling means that the computer software scans the internet for certain words, tags, and links based on a particular search term. These software programs are automated and sometimes referred to as bots. The bots browse the internet when terms are put in the search bar and operate search engines for the purpose of web indexing. An index on the web is similar to an index at the end of a book. It contains all website addresses that are searchable by the bots. To get your website to be included in the index, the website content needs to be deemed credible and of value to users, easy to navigate, and not to contain duplicate information. Once the site is on the index, when a user puts in a search term that is tied to the information on the website will be returned and ranked. Higher-ranked websites will appear sooner in the search results list. You can improve your website ranking by including keyword tags, categories, and links to other relevant websites. You can also improve your website ranking by using search engine marketing and paying to have your company's information show up higher in the search results list. Google uses a sophisticated computer algorithm to rank websites that are constantly updated. Most search engines will use similar technology for searching on the internet. The Google search process has 3 stages: crawling. Automated programs seek out new or updated pages and organize their addresses in a list that the user can view. Indexing. Based on information from crawling, Google visits pages and analyzes their content, images, videos, and other elements. The goal is to identify the type of page and store the information in an index. Serving. In this stage, the search engine determines the best results based on user language, location, device, and queries. For example, a user searching for a tea shop will have different results if they are in Florida than if they are in India. Link to learning. We recommend watching this TED Talk by science writer and journalist Zeynep Tufekci to gain an insightful perspective on the influence of algorithms and the potential dystopian consequences of building a digital world driven by ad clicks. What is search engine optimization? Search engine optimization, SEO, is a digital marketing strategy that business owners or individuals can apply to their websites and web pages to increase the value and volume of traffic from different search engines. Search engines sort results from different websites to show the public relevant information based on keywords. Pages are ranked using an algorithm to help improve search results. A web page with more relevant links will rank at the top of the list. PageRank is an algorithm used to help business owners promote online visibility by increasing the number of internet search results for a website. To optimize search results, business owners should update their information regularly and use relevant keywords within their web pages. Keywords will be based on company products and services they offer. There are companies that will analyze and provide SEO data for your website. Figure 8.28 shows just one example of how the data be summarized. Search optimization pane displays website title and meta descriptions. Meta keywords are displayed. Allow search engines to index my site and automatically submit site updates to search engines are selected. Figure 8.28 different analytics tools provide a variety of ways to analyze your website, such as keyword tags and SEO settings. SEO is important for businesses to implement because it boosts the likelihood that their site will be seen before their competition. A website with a higher rank will receive more clicks and visits from viewers. Higher ranks can be obtained by including keywords multiple times and in multiple places on your site. For example, Happy Tales WC might ensure that they get potential pet adopters to their site by using keywords such as dog, cat, adoption, and their specific location multiple times throughout the website. Companies can also improve their website's rank by making sure the site loads quickly, can work on multiple platforms such as tablets and phones, and has an easy-to-navigate layout. SEO can even impact the user experience. Consumers should be able to locate what they need by inputting specific keywords in a search. The better the SEO is implemented on a site, the easier this process is for the end user. Implementing SEO also adds credibility to a website by increasing exposure to customers. Optimizing your site for search engines. Here are some steps you can take to optimize your website for search engines. Focus on producing rich content, such as crisp images and high-quality videos. Conduct keyword research that aligns with what your customers want. Identify your target audience and design your site to meet their needs. If your site is not well designed, it can be difficult for web crawler software to analyze the content effectively. Make sure you have a good hosting site that allows your website to load quickly and allows you to add tags and categories to your website. Consider hiring an SEO expert who can analyze your website and help you improve your rank within ethical guidelines. Optimizing specific content. SEO keywords include specific words and phrases in your web content, making it easy for your site to populate within search engines. If your website is optimized properly, the language used in your keywords will be identical or similar to the language used by your visitors. Therefore, it is essential to understand your target market. Keywords help define what your site is about and connect your audience to you. For example, if you have a t-shirt shop but fail to specify the types of t-shirts you sell, you will miss opportunities to reach potential customers. For better results, use keywords that represent your niches, such as wholesale t-shirts or vintage t-shirts. Make a list of relevant topics surrounding your niche and develop different keywords. It is also a good idea to study your competition and see how they rank or what keywords are driving traffic. To maximize the benefits of SEO, you need to provide well-organized, meaningful content that encourages visitors to remain on the site longer. Using keywords in your content can help you build trust and establish authority. Be sure to create titles that your target customer will use in a search engine, and use keywords associated with your topic throughout your page, as well as links that connect to other reputable websites. For Happy Tales, you might consider titles such as Adopting Cats or Caring for a New Pet. These titles and descriptions should also be interesting, using catchy words and phrases to attract your audience. Descriptions should be detailed and neither too short nor too long. Here are some tips for writing titles and descriptions. Titles and descriptions should summarize what the page is about. Avoid using false narratives or titles to drive traffic to your website. This is considered unethical. Be sure your titles and descriptions use the same language your target audience would use so they can feel a connection. Consider hiring a copywriter that specializes in SEO or web content. Spotlight on ethics. SEO ethics. When it comes to ethical considerations in SEO, ensuring accurate representation is of utmost importance. Engaging in unethical practices, commonly known as black hat SEO or spam, can have severe consequences for your online presence. While these practices may not be strictly illegal, they are widely frowned upon in the business community. If search engines uncover your hidden agenda, you risk being penalized with search engine bans or a significant drop in your ranking. Review cases from HubSpot that highlight some of the biggest SEO blunders to gain a better understanding of the unethical practices to avoid. By exploring these examples, you can learn from the mistakes of others and cultivate an ethical approach to SEO. The cases presented provide valuable insights into the consequences of unethical practices. Now, let's examine 3 cases from HubSpot's examples of unethical SEO practices, along with an explanation of the specific unethical practice involved in each case. Case 1. Inflated keyword density. This case involves the excessive and unnatural stuffing of keywords into content in an attempt to manipulate search engine rankings. This practice aims to deceive search engines and artificially boost a website's visibility. However, such keyword stuffing compromises the quality and readability of the content, making it difficult for users to obtain valuable information. Search engines consider this practice unethical and may penalize websites that engage in keyword stuffing. Case 2. Hidden text and links. In this scenario, websites use hidden text or links that are not visible to users but are intended to be detected by search engine crawlers. The hidden elements are often stuffed with keywords or include links to unrelated or low-quality websites. By concealing these elements, website owners aim to manipulate search engine rankings. However, this practice is deceptive and violates search engine guidelines, as it misleads both users and search engines about the actual content and purpose of the website. Case 3. Link schemes. This case involves the creation of artificial and manipulative links with the goal of improving search engine rankings. Unethical link schemes may include purchasing or exchanging links, participating in link farms or networks, or using automated tools to generate a large number of low-quality backlinks. Search engines consider such practices as attempts to manipulate their algorithms and devalue the trustworthiness and integrity of search results. By understanding these unethical practices and their associated consequences, you can make informed decisions to avoid them and uphold ethical standards in your SEO efforts. Remember, the focus should be on providing valuable, relevant, and user-friendly content that aligns with search engine guidelines. By taking an ethical approach to SEO, you can build a strong online presence, gain the trust of your audience, and foster long-term success. A uniform resource locator (URL) is used to access resources that are published on the internet. Most people are familiar with its format. Generally, they begin with www and end with com or similar. A good practice is to design URLs in a way that will benefit users, while also being easy for search engines to understand. Here are a few things you can do to optimize your URLs. Limit your URLs to 50 to 60 characters. This will not be sufficient to rank your site, but it is a good practice because it helps make the URL easier for users to copy and paste, share on social media sites, and remember for future use. Create SEO-friendly URLs that describe your content and include keywords. Use hyphens to separate words and lowercase letters. Let's look at some examples of good and not so great URLs. Figure 8. 29 outlines some good URLs and URLs that could use some work. A table displays columns for not good, better, and reason along with 3 rows of various site names for each. Figure 8. 29. The URL should be descriptive and include specific keywords for the bots to use in the search. Headings. Using headings on your website can help both visitors and search engines locate and understand your content. Headings are used to partition content on a page with a good deal of text or other information. The headings can break up the information to make it more readable and visually engaging. When a block of text gets lengthy, generally more than 5 to 8 lines of text, you should consider using headings to organize the content. Headings can also enhance the accessibility of your site. A site with headings is easier to read and can help visitors to the site jump to relevant sections. Headings are also used by many screen reading technologies to aid in site navigation. If there are no headings, the reader can easily be confused and leave the site. To organize your content, try some of these tips. Break up text by topic and add a short, descriptive heading for each. Include keywords in your header tags for SEO. Use headings to describe each section of the website that contains more than 5 lines of text. Make your header tags consistent in font size, color, and writing style so visitors can recognize the headings quickly. Avoid using all caps for headings. Words typed in all caps have accessibility issues as they are often difficult to read. Use catchy or relevant words. Some website headings that might work for Happy Tales WC include "Join our family to volunteer for the organization" or "Find a new friend to see the adoptable pets." Learning objectives. By the end of this section, you will be able to explain why social media is important to a business, evaluate different strategies for maintaining audience engagement, analyze the value of using social media for a business. You are probably familiar with at least one social media platform. Businesses have come to see the value in promoting their organization via social media platforms because of the cost-effectiveness and reach of social media across nearly all demographics. For many businesses, building a social media presence is just as important as building a website. But building a brand on social media is challenging because so many different media platforms are available. Social media is an integral part of content management in an organization. To manage content effectively, organizations need to have a consistent message across platforms. However, the organization can use the various platforms in different ways to get the same message across. For example, a post from a Happy Tales WC social media account might just show a picture of a pet and a short description. But the post itself would direct viewers to the Happy Tales WC website, where they could get more information about adopting that pet. Conversely, some content is better suited for social media than for a regular website. For example, events, which are more easily shared and publicized on social media. Generally, people spend less time on any particular post on social media than they do engaging with a website. Therefore, it is critical to create content that will catch the user's eye as they scroll through their social media feeds. Also, by sharing particular items such as events or announcements, you can measure the reach of the posts through the social media metrics generated. For example, when you post a fundraising event for Happy Tales, you can get an idea of how many people will attend the event, expected donations from the event, and even how far individuals will travel to attend the event based on their location in their social media profiles. Engagement with users on social media is often a bit more personalized, and you can create richer connections with your audience that you cannot with those who simply visit a website. Social media gives you more of a relationship-building process than you have with website interactions. These are just a few examples of how the same content can reach users differently across different platforms. Research suggests that brands need to be savvy about their social media presence. They should create engaging content that inspires sharing with followers, manage and create content for different social media platforms, and strategically navigate the social landscape. Why is social media important to a business? Using social media is an essential component of any business marketing strategy. By providing access to customers' feedback and interactions, social media platforms help businesses stay in tune with customers, increase brand awareness, and boost their potential leads. Customers can use social media channels to ask questions about products and services. By listening to customer feedback and analyzing the data provided by social media, companies can improve their customer service and increase revenue. There are several popular social media platforms, and it is expected that more will be developed in the future. You may be active on one or more social media platforms. You might also engage with a business or organization through these platforms, whether by simply following a company's social media page, by liking and/or interacting with posts from the company, or by sharing information from the company on your personal page. These are all ways that businesses want their target audience to interact. The more interaction with the target group, the more brand recognition and loyalty can be built, contributing to an increase in business for the company. Not all social media apps are created equal. Some platforms are better suited for sharing photos, while others are better for networking with potential employers. For example, Facebook and Snapchat are more visual, whereas X, Twitter, and LinkedIn are more text-based. Each, however, can play a role in your company's overall strategy. Figure 8. 30 lists a few of the major social media platforms and their uses. More research will be needed by your organization if they choose to use one of the platforms. 6 social media platforms are listed inside colored boxes with bulleted information about each: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, X, formerly Twitter. Figure 8. 30 You should consider your target audience when selecting the appropriate social media platform. A social media plan can be part of a business growth strategy, which should include a planned-out content calendar, an arsenal of automation tools to schedule posts across platforms, tools for tracking performance metrics, and more. Each post a company shares should be designed in advance to maximize the company's success on social media. Using the tools and strategies discussed previously, a robust social media marketing plan that fits into the overall strategic goals of the company can be enormously beneficial to a business. But as with any content management, integrating social media into your business plan can be challenging and requires proper planning. The popular phrase, "build it and they will come," is true only when strategies are in place. You might get initial visits to your online content, but if the content is not engaging and meeting customer needs, the visitors probably will not return. Therefore, before you implement the different strategies described here, you should think about the key factor that will keep visitors returning: great content and customer service. To ensure content is fresh and trending, listen to what your audience wants and needs. To drive traffic to your site, you need to know your customers, their demographics, their habits, their likes, dislikes. You should also be sure to have a presence on the social media sites where your target audience spends time. Growing an audience can be a difficult task for a new business starting with 0 customers. This will be particularly important for Happy Tales WC managers to ensure, as they are a new nonprofit. They will need to build awareness so that they can secure the volunteers and donations needed to run the organization. They will also need to market to get the pets adopted promptly. Understanding who your target audience is will help you generate a better return on investment (ROI). Your target audience is the group of people who would be most interested in your product or service. For Happy Tales, the target market can be large. They are looking for individuals with a passion for animals. But they also need individuals who are good at fundraising and are skilled in event planning. Members of this target audience will have a number of things in common, and you can use this information to create content that resonates with them. Once you build a connection, it will be easier to turn them into loyal customers. One way to understand your business's target audience is to figure out what kinds of things they like and make connections across those things. One way to do this is to partner with other businesses to tap into a wider audience and spread your brand to other markets. For example, in 2013, Pottery Barn, a furniture company, and Sherwin-Williams, a paint company, partnered to allow customers to select paint colors that would coordinate well with furniture. This led customers to want to purchase Sherwin-Williams paint colors because they were custom selected to match perfectly with Pottery Barn furniture. Pottery Barn developed a landing page that contained blog posts on ideas and tips for how to paint and decorate. Another common strategy is to allow users to find and tag relevant information with hashtags. A hashtag is a keyword tag that starts with and can be used on a wide variety of social media sites. For example, you may have seen the hashtag OOT, which stands for Outfit of the Day. Happy Tales WC could use hashtags to promote their page, such as Potwa Pet of the Week or AdoptNetShop, to promote the idea of adopting a pet rather than going through a pet store. Hashtags are searchable by users. As a business, you can use hashtags to promote your brand or cause. You can look at competitors' hashtags and use similar ones for your posts. Hashtags can be part of a broader social media campaign to drive traffic to your page and create content for posts to be shared. Many social media platforms also enable users to promote their posts to specific demographics or geographic locations for a fee. This goes back to really understanding your target audience. Because of the data collected via social media on individual users, there is a good deal of data available to help push posts to specific audiences. In some instances, you can even promote specific posts based on purchasing habits or websites visited. For example, Happy Tales WC can develop a post, and pay to have the post promoted to individuals in the communities around the adoption agency or to those who already have pets based on their social media profiles. Each platform will have its own fee structure for promoting posts. For example, with Facebook, you set your budget. You put in how much you are able to spend for promoting a post or an event, and Facebook will use that amount to promote the post. The minimum is $1 per day, which could reach up to almost 80 people based on your target audience and location. With $20 per day, that figure could rise to over 1,000 people. It is beyond the scope of this text to go into detail about promoting posts on various social media sites, but you should be aware that this option exists. By searching the help function for an individual social media platform, you should be able to find specific information on paying for promoting posts. A backlink, also referred to as an inbound or incoming link, is a hyperlink in a web page that takes you to another website or another location on your site. Google's ranking process will rank websites that have backlinks higher than those that do not. When your site includes hyperlinks to other websites, it is viewed as more trustworthy. This is similar to writing a research paper for a class. You will probably be required to cite previous research in your paper to support your ideas and conclusions. Web pages work the same way. Backing up your information with sources, i.e., other websites, can increase your credibility. To be effective, the backlink should be a trusted website itself and relevant to your website. As a final consideration, you may want to think more deeply about the keywords you choose. In your initial search for a website, you may use very general terms. For example, if you are interested in adopting a pet, you might start with a search for the term pet adoption. But after further investigation, you may determine that you really want to adopt a certain breed of pet, of a certain sex and a certain age. Your search terms then become more detailed, such as an adult female dachshund. This is the concept of a long-tail keyword, a more descriptive set of keywords that are specific to your business. Long-tail keywords are often used by individuals who are closer to actually making a purchase or who want a more in-depth interaction with the company. For Happy Tails WC, this might be the point at which an individual submits an application for a specific pet or reaches out to discuss some options with the organization's personnel. You may not generate as many visits to the page with long-tail keywords, but the visits that are made will be higher quality and more likely to generate customers. Maintaining audience engagement. Creating original content for social media is called content creation. In the content management lifecycle covered earlier in this chapter, content creation is part of both the organization and creation stages. In the organization stage, you should determine which content will be on which platforms, e.g., website versus X, Twitter. Then, in the creation stage, you will create the content specific to that platform, with the understanding that not all content is equally appropriate for all platforms. For example, the way adoptable pets are highlighted on the Happy Tails WC website can differ from how the pets are showcased on Instagram. To create engaging content, you will need to understand your topic and listen to your audience. If the content is valuable to your audience, they will be more likely to reshare it. When creating content, think about the 4 E's, see Figure 831. Content should entertain, educate, encourage, and engage through a call to action. Also think about the way your content is structured. Through the use of headings, you can avoid posting long paragraphs and instead break the content down into bite-sized pieces for your audience. A circle with 4 E's of engaging content is in the middle of 4 other circles connected by a line. The other circles each list an item: entertain, educate, encourage, and engage. Figure 831. Creating engaging content increases the likelihood that your social media posts will be shared with others and thus increase their reach. Another key to original content creation is writing for your audience. You want to develop an understanding of your target market and identify their demographic characteristics and pain points, recurring problems with products or services that inconvenience or annoy customers. Use this information when you write content for your business. Because social media platforms are primarily visual, your content should include visuals and infographics as well as text. Tools like Canva, an online design and publishing tool that allows customers to design anything and publish it online, can be used to style your content into posts that fit the specifications of different social media. You can also use some of the tools in Google Slides and Microsoft PowerPoint to design engaging visuals. There are many other tools you can use to create various types of content. For example, YouTube for video, SurveyMonkey for short surveys, Anchor for podcasting, and Spotify for playlists. Collecting information on a relevant topic and sharing with added value is called content curation. When the content is shared on social media, credit is given to its original owners. Curating content allows you to add value to your site by collecting information and organizing it to appeal to your audience. This is similar in concept to backlinks. The goal is to locate thought-provoking or engaging content to build upon original content and enhance your credibility. As a content manager, you will be a researcher who sorts data online and identifies relevant and purposeful content. Essentially, you will manage and oversee the content for the organization. For example, HubSpot is a company that focuses on creating software solutions for marketing and customer service management. The site creates content regularly to demonstrate to its audience how to use social media for marketing in the form of blog posts. They pull a variety of content from case studies, social media tools, resources, etc. to provide resources on best practices in marketing that are relevant to their target market. Strategies for repeat visitors. Repeat visitors to a website, social media, or blog are good for businesses that want to develop brand loyalty or build an online community. There are a few strategies that will assist in increasing the traffic to your business. See Figure 8. 32. Repeat visitors is written inside a middle circle connected to other circles with text. Call to action, loyalty programs. Offer incentives and consistent experience. Figure 8. 32. To drive traffic to your social media sites, you can use various methods that have been found to attract and retain customers. Start with a call to action. This is a way of encouraging your site visitors to do something. Encourage your visitors to leave a comment, share an image, or enter a contest. Some businesses center their relationship with their customers around product sharing. For example, customers might take an image of themselves with the product and use a special hashtag to be identified and posted. You can also build a loyalty program, encouraging visitors to return by having them subscribe or join a membership rewards program. This will give visitors something to look forward to in your business. An example of this strategy is having users download an app and earn rewards toward a free purchase. Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, and Chipotle all have these types of rewards built into their apps. Offer incentives for reposting and sharing your organization's posts on their own personal social media pages. You can create even more engagement by asking them to tag their friends in the repost. Finally, one of the best ways to have repeat visitors is to create a consistent experience with excellent customer service. This is an essential part of making visitors want to stay involved in the process of buying from your business. Engagement management. Any interaction between two parties on social media platforms, such as sharing, linking, or commenting, is called engagement. Organizations use engagement management as a tool that allows them to engage with members or clients anywhere or anytime. It involves a team of client relations, sales and support, project management, delivery, and quality management to satisfy clients. Operates across multiple projects and ongoing relationships. For example, Hootsuite is a social media management platform that integrates social media networks and helps clients focus on engagement. Companies can curate content, schedule posts across different social media platforms, and manage team members. Hootsuite offers integration for X, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, making it easy for clients to measure ROI. There are other similar software programs available to help your organization manage multiple social media platforms. A key advantage of using one of these programs is that you can schedule your social media posts and incorporate the social media calendar discussed previously. For example, when a post is made on one social media platform, such as X, Twitter, the same post can be made to Facebook automatically. This can facilitate your social media marketing plan to ensure consistency. It can also help keep your posts organized and can save you time if you have limited resources to dedicate to social media. Social media analytics. Businesses should ensure that their marketing efforts are producing measurable results that align with the company's goals and strategies. Businesses can use social media analytics to collect data from different social channels, including information on demographics, behaviors, favorites, and the like, and measure performance and drive business decisions. For example, a social media management company may monitor your social platforms to see how many people are following and engaging with your accounts. They will view how many times people interacted with your account to share, like, or comment on posts. This data allows you to identify patterns for your customer, which will help with ROI. Some top social media analytic platforms are BuzzSumo, HubSpot, Sprout Social, and Tapinfluence. However, within each social media platform, you can find analytics about your posts, as seen in Figure 8. 33. You will get summary data showing the reach of your posts, the number of times each post was shared and reshared, how many people liked the post, and other related information. A tweet activity page displays buttons for last 28 days and export data. Charts as well as information about tweets, top tweets, tweets and replies promoted and engagements are provided throughout. Figure 8. 33. By tracking engagement of posts, you can determine which posts resonate more with your audience. Social media calendar. Using a social media calendar allows you to plan your content ahead of time and update as necessary. Social media editorial calendars are spreadsheets or apps used to schedule social posts in advance. They are also used to plan which content will be shared and when, to manage campaigns, and to track deadlines. Your calendar can be a simple one using spreadsheets or a pen and notebook, or it can make use of special software. See Figure 8. 34. You could start off by setting up a spreadsheet of your posts across various platforms. You will learn the skills to do this in the chapter on working with spreadsheets. Social Posts Week of File includes columns, i.e., day of the week, social network, content type, link to post, date, etc. Rows include days and social media platforms. Content column displays tasks. Figure 8. 34. Social media calendars can help you keep track of posts and schedule them for publication. Google Sheets is a trademark of Google LLC. Whichever route you take to developing social media content, you should have the following main topics: type of social media platform, date and time, topic, theme of posts, links and tags connected to posts. A more complicated calendar could also include several platforms and details, such as if the post will be linked to an event or if you will pay to promote the post to a greater audience.